Good day everyone. So today we will tackle the first topic for the fourth quarter in Statistics and Probability, and that is lesson number 5. So today we will discuss estimation of parameters. Before we proceed with the formulas even the table, ibigay muna natin yung mga definition of term that we will encounter throughout our topic. Okay, number one definition of term is the word estimate. Okay, so literally, pag sinabi nating estimate, that is a value or range of values that approximate a parameter. That is not the exact value. Okay, hindi yun yung eksaktong value, pero it could be closer doon sa totoong values po niya. Okay, so estimation, ayun naman po yung process of determining the parameter values. Second definition of term, we have here the point estimate. Okay, so dalawang klase po yan. Number one is the point estimate. Pangalawa naman po is yung interval estimate po natin. So when we say point estimate class, is a specific numerical value of estimate of a parameter. So the best point estimate of the population mean is of course yung tinatawag po natin na sample mean. So sample measures are used to estimate population measures that is called as estimator. Okay, so here we have three properties of a good estimator. Number one, it must be unbiased estimator. That is the mean of the estimate obtained from the sample of a given size is equal to the parameter of being estimated. Pangalawa naman po, it must be consistent. And third one, it must be a relatively efficient estimator. All the statistics can be used to estimate a parameter. So the relatively efficient estimator has the smallest variance. So we already know ano po yung tinatawag natin na variance. Okay, so here, uh, let's discuss the second type of estimate. Kanina yung point estimate. Now, proceed naman tayo kay interval estimate. From the word itself, interval. Okay, so pag sinabi nating interval, di ba, in literal meaning noon, okay, merong beginning and then may end din siya. So, meaning to say, meron tayong dalawang values pag kumukuha tayo ng interval. Okay? So, an interval estimate class of a parameter is an interval or range of values to estimate the parameter. And in interval estimate, number one, okay, the parameter is specified as being two values. Sabi ko nga kanina, it should be two values. Yung first, yung beginning niya, and then yung second, yung end naman po niya. Okay, so we can obtain that one, of course, using our formula, which i-discuss ko po ito later sa inyo mamaya. Okay, letter B, a degree of confidence can be assigned before an interval estimate is made. So, ano nga ba yung degree of confidence? Ibibigay natin siya after the slide. Okay, and then letter C, the confidence level is the probability that that the interval estimate will contain the parameter. Okay, meron tayong level of confidence like 90%, 95%, 99%. Okay? So here class, ibigay na po natin yung 3 common confidence level, which is matatagpuan naman po ito sa table natin. Pero kadalasan ito po kasi yung ginagamit natin. Okay? Kaya kung mamememorize natin kahit hindi tayo tumingin sa table, pwede na po natin siyang gamitin. Okay, we have here the confidence level probability, which is ito yung common na ginagamit. We have 90%, 95%, and then last one, yung 99% naman po natin. Now, confidence level, of course, i-change lang po natin yan into its conversion in decimal. So, that will be 0.90, 0.95, and then 0.99. Okay, now, to get the critical value, okay, so dito meron tayong alpha, this is the symbol for alpha. Okay, so yung formula lang natin dyan is 1 minus the confidence level. So 1 minus 0.90, that is 0.10. Okay, 1 minus 0.95, 0.05, kaya po nakuha natin yan. And then 0.99 minus 1 minus 0.99, that is 0.01. Okay, and then to get its critical value, we'll simply look doon sa table po natin. Okay, bago ko i-reveal, pakita ko muna sa inyo yung table which we will use kapag magsosolve na tayo ng word problem po natin. Okay, so kanina, sa two-tailed po tayo titingin ha. Okay, kanina binigay na natin yung value niya, 0.01, 0.05, and then 0.1. Now, titingin lang po tayo doon sa infinity po natin. Okay, kapag 0.1, tingin ka doon sa infinity. Ito po yung infinity sa baba. Okay, ang kanyang critical value is 1.645. Kapag naman po 0.05, ang kanyang critical value is 1.96. And then last one, kapag 0.01, ang kanyang critical value ay 2.326. Ito po yun. Okay, which is indicated na po dito sa ating table. Kahit hindi ka na tumingin dun sa sa table po natin, kabisaduhin mo na lang siya. Ayan. So, naandito na po yung kanyang critical value. And ito yung 3 common confidence level na ginagamit po natin. Okay? Sa given, lagi naman pong binibigay yung confidence level. Okay? So, all you need to do is to memorize yung kanilang critical value. Okay? So, this is the critical value sign. Symbol po ito ng critical value po natin. Okay? Now, based doon sa kanyang figure, ito po siya. Okay, yung 90% po natin, alam naman natin na two-tailed, ibig sabihin, isang positive to the right at isang negative to the left po siya. So, ito yon same ng value, ayan, 90%, magkaiba lang ng sign. Okay, two-tailed ulit, tapos 95%, ito po siya. Ayan, same lang yan ang pinakabisado ko sa inyo kanina. Okay, and then last one, 99% na andito po yung kanyang shaded part. Okay, ang kanyang critical value is 2.576, 2.576 naman po. Okay, lagi po nating tatandaan na ito po yung lagi nating gagamitin ha. Okay, 2.576. So, yan po yung laging gagamitin natin na table class. Okay, now, para naman po sa ating formula, in finding the confidence interval, dalawa po yung set of formula na gagamitin natin. The first formula, okay, is the confidence interval of the mean when the standard deviation is known, okay, and the value of n is greater than or equal to 30. Ayan po yung first formula natin. Kapag daw yung small letter n mo ay mas mataas or equal sa 30, then we will use this formula. Ano po yung small letter n? Small letter n class, that is our sample size. Okay, and then yung big N naman po natin is our population. Ito po yung population natin. Now, this is our formula. Sample mean minus, this is the critical value, yung pinamemorize ko sa inyo kanina, multiply by standard deviation over the sample size, okay, which is, okay, greater than, and then less than, dalawa nga siya. Kung ito ay minus, yung isang formula mo naman ay plus. The same lang po yung formula. Sample mean plus critical value multiplied by the standard deviation over the square root of sample size. Isang minus, isang plus, at doon po natin makukuha yung confidence interval po natin. Okay? So, dagdagan lang natin ng symbol dito, class. We have E. E is the margin of error po natin. Okay, so mamaya gagamitin din po natin yon. Now, kindly screenshot the formula para may magamit po kayo sa solving natin dito sa ating second problem. Okay, so here, ito naman po yung ating formula in finding the sample size. Paano kapag nawawala yung small letter n natin? Ano po yung gagamitin natin? Okay, remember, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, when we say E, that is the maximum error of estimate. Of course, in whatever we do, hindi naman yan laging 100% correct. There are times na merong error. Okay, yung tinatawag natin na margin of error. Okay, so here, yung maximum error of estimate natin represented by a capital letter E. And our formula is N is equal to the critical value multiply by the standard deviation over the maximum error of estimate squared. Ma'am, papaano po kapag ang nakuha ko po ay may decimal? For example, ang nakuha ko po ay 32.751. Di ba po ang tinatawag na sample size, ito po yung your respondents. Okay, so hindi pwedeng may kalahati, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng decimal. So, always remember na kapag may decimal po, we will round off that one into a whole number. So, that will become 33. Okay, yan po yung magiging values po niya. So, kindly screenshot yung formula rin po natin. Now, let's proceed dito sa ating first example. The score of 100 SHS students in their first quarter examination in general mathematics were analyzed and found to have the mean of 50. Okay, we have the mean of 50 and the standard deviation of 10. Find the confidence interval of the following. First one, we have the given of 90%. Second one, we have the given of 95%. And then the third one, we have the given of 99%. So, isa-isahin po natin siya using our formula. So, now class, I want you to screenshot our table para magamit po natin sa pagsasolve natin. Okay, so for our first example, we have here the mean of 50, standard deviation of 10, and then the confidence level probability of 90%. Okay, we're in the value of n. Okay, we have the sample size of 100 student. Okay, so here class, ito po yung ating table which I want you to memorize. Okay, pag 90%, 1.645. So, ito yung critical value na gagamitin po natin mamaya. Okay, and here, ibigay na po natin yung ating formula. So, this is our formula. Okay, now, let's substitute the given in our formula. Ang sample mean po natin is equal to 50 minus, i-minus lang po natin yung critical value which is 90% and then yung kanyang critical value ay 1.645. Okay, minus 1.645 multiply by the standard deviation which is equal to 10 over the square root of small letter n which is the sample size 100 and then close parenthesis. Okay, now the population mean, dalawa nga yung interval na kukunin natin. So, the second interval is yung less than naman po. So, same pa rin, 50. Pero dito, magpa-plus tayo. Okay, plus 1.645 multiply by yung standard deviation natin na 10 all over the square root of 100, which is yung sample size po na tinatawag natin. Now, let's solve this one using our scientific calculator. Of course, you need a scientific calculator. Unahin po muna natin yung minus. So, 50 minus 1.645. Then, open parenthesis. After clicking the open parenthesis, I want you to, wait lang, multiply po muna. Then, open parenthesis. I want you to press the fraction form. So, ito po yung fraction form. Sa taas, write 10, then arrow down, square root of 100. Kaya, class, much better kung meron kayong scientific calculator talaga na programmable. Now, syempre, naka-fraction form siya. Lipat lang po natin into decimal. So, click SD. Okay, it will give us 48.355. So, yung unang interval po natin ay 48.355. Okay, which is greater than yan doon sa ating population. And then, yung isa naman po, that is plus naman. Okay, pwede mong i-type ulit, pero kung gusto mong mas madali, same ng values lang naman, ipunta mo lang dun sa minus. Delete the minus, and then change it into plus. Ayun lang po. Okay, napakadali lang. So, the second value is 51.645 naman po. So, that will be, okay, the second value po natin. So, here, yung interval natin is 48.355 and then yung isa naman po is 51.645. Okay, kapag tatlo po yung decimal, we can round off that one into 2 decimal places value. So, magiging 48, okay, 36 na lang po siya. Okay, population mean is greater than 48.36 and less than 51.65 na lang po. Okay, so that is the final answer. Okay, lagi pong tatandaan to round off your answer to 2 decimal places value. Lagi pong 2 decimal places value. Now, let's move to the second one, which is 95% confidence level naman po. Okay, for 95% confidence level, the critical value will be 1.96. Ito po yun, 95, tapos 1.96 naman po siya. Okay, so here, ang formula natin ay hindi naman po nagbabago. The same pa rin yan. So, all we need to do is to substitute the given in our formula. So, substitute na po tayo. So, that will become, baba lang po ni ma'am yung pen. Okay, so that will become the sample mean, ganun pa rin po, walang nagbago, 50, minus the critical value, which is 1.96. Okay, multiply by our standard deviation, which is equal to 10, over square root of 100, then close parenthesis. Okay, yan po yung greater than. Now, yung less than naman niya, we have 50 plus naman po the critical value, which is equal to 1.96. Okay, 1.96 multiply by its standard deviation, which is equal to 10 over the square root of 100. Okay, so let's check kung ano po yung kanyang magiging interval from here. Okay, so here, ganun pa rin, 50 minus 1.96 multiply by, then click the fraction form, 10 all over the square root of 100, then click yung arrow doon sa right, then close parenthesis. So, we will have 48.04 naman po. Okay, then after that, kunin lang po natin yung plus naman. So, punta tayo dun sa kabila. Ayan. I-delete mo lang, then write plus. We will have 51.96. So, let's check whether our answer is correct. Okay, very good. We have 48.04 and yung isa naman po is 51.96. And that will be the final answer. Okay, what if 99% naman po yung confidence level na gagamitin po natin? Ganun pa rin po, same process, but here, okay, we will change the critical value into 2.57, 6 na po yung gagamitin natin, ha? Okay, so here, we will have 99%. Okay, class, kindly delete this one. Okay, ang gagamitin po natin ay 6 po sa dulo. Okay, para pare-parehas po tayo. So, ito yon. Tingnan natin. Okay, so correct. 576. So, 576 na po yung gagamitin natin. Not 5 dun sa dulo. 6 po yan for correction. Okay, so here, 6 po ito. Kaya, uulitin natin yung pag-solve natin. Okay, so substitute lang po natin. So, type na po natin. We have 50 minus 2.576 class, hindi po 75 as 76 multiply by fraction ulit 10, and then sa baba we have the square root of 100, then arrow to the right 2 times, we will have 47.42. So 47.42. And then, yung isang interval naman po natin, papalitan lang po natin ito ng plus. Okay, so that will become 52.58 na po siya. So, 52.58. Okay, so ito po yung ginamit natin. So, for correction lang po. So, 6 po yung dulo nito. Okay, kasi magkakaroon ng discrepancy kapag ito, katulad nito. Okay, so nagkaroon siya diba ng discrepancy. So, dapat 6 talaga yung dulo niya. So, for correction, ito po ay 2 po. Okay, then this one is 58 naman. Okay, so ganun lang po yung process natin if the value of n or sample size is greater than or equal to 30. So, meron din po tayong ibang formula if the value of sample size is less than 30 naman po. Okay, so here, hindi po confidence interval ang nawawala. Ang nawawala dito is the sample size. Okay, find the sample size to estimate a population mean within 99% confidence level if the standard deviation is 15 within 3 points. So, papaano naman po natin nahanapin yung sample size? Okay, given yung ating confidence level, standard deviation, and then yung ipo natin that is the maximum error of an estimate. Okay, so binigay ko na kanina yung formula sa inyo, gagamitin na lang po natin. And finding the sample size class, okay, our formula here is equal to n equals critical value multiplied by the standard deviation over e squared. Okay, we're in 99% yung iyong confidence level. Tingin ka lang dito, 99%. So, the critical value is 2.576. Okay, so 76 po ito. Sorry sa typo ni ma'am. So, typo lang po yan. It should be 6 po. Now, let's substitute the given in our formula. So, that will become n equals, the critical value here for the numerator is 2.576 multiply by 15. Okay, which is the value of 15. Yan po yung tinatawag natin na standard deviation over E or yung estimate margin, maximum estimate ng error natin. Okay, so E, that is equal to 3, and then squared lang po natin. Okay, so sabi ko nga kanina, kapag decimal, we need to round off that one. Okay, lagi po tayo mag-round off sa whole number po. Okay, so let's compute this one. Una, gamit muna tayo ng open parenthesis, then fraction. Sa numerator, let's type 2.576 multiply by 15, then arrow down, 3, then close parenthesis, then squared. Okay, we will have 1.6689. Okay, pero sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba, kapag sample size, it should be in a whole number. So, 1.65.89. So, the final answer here is 1.66 class. So, ito yung ating sample size. Okay, so here, ayan, so the sample size is equal to 1.66. Ayan lang po yung formula na gagamitin po natin. Okay, now, let's use yung isang formula naman po natin. But before that, ibigay ko po muna yung properties of a t-distribution. Kung maaalala nyo, nung last topic natin nung third quarter, we have the 5 properties of a normal distribution. Dito naman, in our 5th lesson, we have the properties 5 ulit, okay, for the t-distribution naman po. Okay, so number 1, the t-distribution is a bell-shaped and symmetric with respect to the value of mean. Pangalawa naman po, the t-distribution is a family of curves, each determined by a parameter called the degree of freedom. Okay, so the degrees of freedom are the numbers of free choices left after a sample statistic such as sample mean is calculated. When you use a t-distribution to estimate the population mean, the degree of freedom are equal to 1 less than the sample size. 1 equal to 1 less than the sample size. So, ibig sabihin, okay, ang formula and finding the degree of freedom is n minus 1 po. For example, ang iyong sample size ay 15. Okay, so lagi kang magma-minus 1 for you to get the degree of freedom. So, ang value ng degree of freedom mo is equal to 14 na po. Okay, number 3, the total area under the T-curve. Okay, so T-curve na po yung tawag natin sa kanya is approximately 1 or 100%. Okay, looks familiar, di ba, kay normal distribution. Okay, the mean, median, and mode of the t-distribution are equal to 0. And then last one, number 5. As the degree of freedom increases, pag tumataas daw po yung degree of freedom natin, the t-distribution approaches the normal distribution. Okay, after 30 degree of freedom, the t-distribution is very close to the standard normal z-distribution. Okay, so yan po yung 5 properties ng t-distribution natin. Okay, the tails in the t-distribution are thicker than those in the standard normal distribution. Yun po yung pinagkaiba niya kay normal distribution. Okay, but okay, kung titignan natin, almost the same sila ng properties. Though, may mga differences lang talaga sila. Okay, so here, ito po yung table na gagamitin natin. So, kindly screenshot. Magsasend din po ako ng soft copy po nito. And then, you are required to print out this one pagkabalik po ng face-to-face po natin. Okay? So here, hanapin natin yung ating critical value using the table. So find the critical value if the sample size is 20 and the confidence interval is 95%. Okay? Class, laging tatandaan. Kapag wala namang in-indicate kung two-tailed, or I mean kung one-tailed yan, then sa two-tailed ka titingin. Okay, baka may magtanong, ma'am, paano po namin malalaman kung one-tailed or two-tailed po yan? One-tailed yan kapag may word na less than, greater than, above, below. Okay, kasi nga ibig sabihin ng one-tailed, sa iisang buntot lang siya ng T-curve mo. Kapag greater than, nasa right yan. Pag less than dito, above, below. Pero kapag wala naman pong naka-indicate, it means that is two-tailed. Okay, so dito wala namang naka-indicate, kaya sa two-tailed po tayo titingin. Okay, so here, ang sample size natin is equal to 20. Therefore, the degree of freedom minus 1 ka lang, that is equal to 19. Now, ang confidence interval mo ay 95%. Okay? So, i-minus lang natin sa 1, ilipat muna natin into decimal, 0.95. Okay, 1 minus 0.95, it will give us 0.05. 0.05. So, dun ka po titingin sa two-tailed, then 0.05. So, ito po yung two-tailed. Ito yung one-tailed. So, sa two-tailed lang tayo titingin ha. Okay, hanapin natin sa 0.05. Ito po siya. Okay, then hanapin mo yung degree of freedom mo na 19. Ito po yung 19. Okay, then let's get their intersection. Okay, so ito yung 19. Ito yung 0.05. Yun. And then their intersection is this one. Therefore, ang kanyang critical value here is equal to 2.095. Okay, sana malinaw po yan sa inyo ha. Okay, let's have another example. Okay, we have here the given example. Find the critical value of the sample size of 15 and then the confidence interval of 90%. So, yung sample size mo na 15, therefore, the degree of freedom minus 1 ka lang is equal to 14. The confidence level is 90%. Change natin into decimal, that is 0.90. O, minus mo kay 1. 1 minus 0.90, it will give us 0.10. So, meaning to say, nasa 0.1 or 0.10. Hanapin natin yung 0.1. Ito po yun. Class, magkaiba yung 0.1 sa 0.01 ha. Okay, baka maduling kayo. Ito dapat, yung nakabilog. 0.1, 0.10. Now, hanapin natin yung 14. This is 14. Okay, getting their intersection. So, ito po yung intersection nila. Okay, therefore, our critical value is 1.761. Okay, ayun po, 1.761. And that is the critical value class. Okay, so now, hanapin naman po natin yung critical values nila. Ito ay kayo na lang po yung gumawa. Okay, using our table. Okay, ipapasa nyo sa akin to ha. Kindly submit this one sa face-to-face po natin. Okay, first, number 1, kindly find the critical value if the value of n is 16, 99% confidence interval. Okay, the value of n is 10, and then 95% confidence interval. And then last one, n is equal to 9, then the value of confidence interval is equal to 90. Okay, I want you to include the value of degree of freedom for each number. Okay, degree of freedom and then its critical value. Okay, to be submitted po sa face-to-face natin. Ganun pa rin sa bond paper short with 0.5 inches border with yung same format po na ginagawa natin. Okay? So, next, baka makita yung sagot. Dito tayo. Okay, so next class, we have here the second formula. Okay, kanina yung formula na ginamit natin in finding the confidence interval is if the value of n is greater than or equal to 30. Ngayon naman po, if the value of n is less than 30 naman, class. Okay, if the value of n is less than 30, we need to look for the t-distribution table para mahanap yung critical value po nila. Okay? So, sample mean, ganun pa rin naman yung formula niya, sample mean. Ang pinagkaiba lang po is ito. Okay, kanina kasi 'di ba fix yung value ng critical value niya kapag ang n ay greater than or equal to 30. Pero kapag less than yan, titingin ka talaga sa t-distribution table. And then, of course, kailangan mo ng degree of freedom po doon. Okay? So, same formula po yan. Kindly screenshot. Okay, so here, bigay na po tayo ng given natin. So, the score of 20 SHS student, yung 20 po na SHS, ito yung sample mean natin. Okay, so 20 po siya. So, mas mababa sa 30, therefore, ito yung ating gagamiting formula. Okay, in the first quarter examination in general mathematics were analyzed and found to have a mean of 54 and then the standard deviation of 15. So, find the confidence interval of the following. We have 90, 95, and then 99%. Okay, so isa-isahin po natin kay 90 po muna tayo. Okay, so here, given our sample mean which is equal to 54, the standard deviation which is equal to 15, and then the level of confidence level of probability which is equal to 20, and then the sample size which is equal 90%, sorry, and then the sample size which is equal to 20. So, based here class, hindi po natin ito gagamitin na yung table na binigay ko sa inyo kanina, yun yung gagamitin po natin. Okay, ulit. Pakita lang ni ma'am yung table. Okay, so ito po yung table na gagamitin po natin. Okay, so here class, ang ating n is equal to 20. So, ang ating degree of freedom, minus 1 ka lang, 19. And then, ang level of confidence natin, 90%. So, i-change natin into decimal yung 90%, that is equal to 0.90. Minus mo sa 1, 1 minus 0.90. So, you will have 0.10 or 0.1. Okay, 0.10 or 0.1. Now, hanapin na po natin. 19, ito po yun. Ayan, ito yung 19. Ito. This one, di ko lang siya i-click. Okay, then hanapin natin yung two-tailed, 90%, so 0.10. Ito po yun. Second to the last, this one, ito. Yan, ito yung 0.10 natin. Ayan, so getting the intersection, 19, ito siya, then 0.1, ito. So, we have 1.729. Okay. So, ito class. Ayan. 1.729 critical value. So, ilagay lang po natin. We have 1.729 which is our critical value. Okay, so now, proceed na tayo sa ating solving naman po. So, based from here class, in our formula, solution na tayo, and then, sulat ko lang yung formula natin. We have sample mean, minus, then mamaya yung plus, the critical value of a t-distribution, okay, over 2, multiply by standard deviation over square root of n. Then, ito yung unang interval natin. We have greater than and then less than. Ganun po ulit. Sample mean, pero plus naman po tayo. Okay, of the critical the critical value of a t-distribution over 2. Okay, multiply by the standard deviation over the square root of n. Okay, so substitute lang po natin ang ating sample mean based sa given. We have, palitan natin ang block. Okay, we have 54 minus, based po sa nakuha nating values, dun sa na-solve dun sa tinignan natin sa table, that is 1.729 multiply by 15 all over square root of 20. Okay, so ito po yung sa greater than the population mean. Yung less than naman po, 54, pero plus 1.729 multiply by, okay, yung kanyang standard deviation which is equal to 15 over the square root of 20. Okay, so isa-isahin po natin i-compute. Gamit tayo, of course, ng ating scientific calculator. So, you are required to have your own scientific calculator class, ha? Okay, so, compute na po natin. 54 minus 1.729 multiply by fraction form, 15, all over square root of 20. Then, arrow to the right. Okay? So, that is 48.20. So, sulat na po natin. 48.20. Ito po yung greater than. Yung less than naman po. Papalitan lang po natin ito ng plus. Okay, so that will become 59.79. Pero 9 yun nasa dulo. Kaya, gagawin na natin 59.80 na po. Okay, rounded off na siya. So, 59.80. So, that will be our given values class. Okay, so tignan natin. Ito kasi class, yung old table, hindi ko na yun ipapagamit sa inyo. Kasi hindi naman yun yung gagamitin sa exam. So, ang papagamit ko na sa inyo, yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, kasi yun po yung gagamitin natin sa examination. Same answer lang din naman yung lalabas. Okay, kahit ito yung ipapagamit ko sa inyo. Wala pong pinagkaiba sa sagot. Ayan din po yung sagot natin. And the same value lang din naman sa table yung makukuha po natin. Okay? So, next, we have 95% naman po. Ganun pa rin. Okay, kay 95%, tignan natin sa table natin. Okay. Siyempre, ang degree of freedom pa rin nito is equal to 19. Okay, so ang kanyang critical value, okay, ng ating t-distribution, tignan po natin sa ating table. Okay, so 95, that is 0.05 dito po sa two-tailed, ayan, 0.05, and then punta ka sa 19. Ayun, so that is 2.09. Kanyang critical value ay 2.093. Okay, so kunin na po natin yung kanyang values using our formula. Okay, so our formula class is, lagay muna natin yung solution. Okay, the sample mean minus, yung una minus, okay, the t-distribution critical value multiply by the standard deviation over square root of n. Okay, ito po yung population mean greater than, and then yung less than niya, the same lang din naman. Sample mean plus, okay, the critical value in a t-distribution multiply by the standard deviation over the square root of n. Now, let's substitute. 54 minus 2.093 multiply by 15 all over square root of 20. This is the greater than, and then yung kanyang Less than naman po, we have 54 plus 2.093 multiply by yung ating standard deviation, which is equal to 15 over square root of 20. Okay, ito po ay gagawin natin using our scientific calculator. So, 54 minus 2.093 multiply by fraction form 15 all over square root of 20. And then close parentheses. We will have 46.98 na siya if we round off that one. So, 46.98, which is the population mean value greater than. Now, yung less than niya, i-minus, kung ito minus natin, click lang natin yung plus. Okay, magiging 61.02 plus. Okay, yan po yung value natin kapag 95% na po siya. Okay? So, here, yan. Magkaibang table to, pero parehas lang po na yung sagot na lalabas po sa atin. Okay, wala po siyang pinagkaiba. Okay, pero ang tinuturo ko po sa inyo is yung kailangan natin, yung table na gagamitin natin. Okay, during exam para pare-parehas tayo, consistent. Okay, last one po. If the confidence level is 99% naman po. So, tignan muna natin doon sa ating table. Okay, so sa table po natin, 99%, so 1 minus 0.99, that is 0.01. So, ito po yung 0.01. 2. Sa pangalawang column. Yung first column kasi degree of freedom yun. Okay, second column ito po. Yan. Okay, hanapin natin yung 19. So, ito po siya, 2.861. Okay, 0.01, then 2.861. So, lagyan na po natin ang kanyang critical value using the T distribution table is 2.861. Okay, substitute na po natin in our formula. Okay, so solution tayo. Ang formula natin wala pong pinagkaiba. We have the sample mean minus the critical value in a t-distribution multiplied by standard deviation over the square root of n. Okay, then ito yung greater than, yung less than naman po, same pa rin pero plus sample mean plus the critical value in a t-distribution multiplied by standard deviation over the square root of n po natin. Then let's substitute. 54 minus 2.861 multiplied by 15 all over square root of 20, that is greater than and then less than 54 plus 2.861 multiplied by 15 all over square root of 20. So, let's find out yung ating interval. So, syempre, unahin natin yung minus. 54 minus 2.861 multiply by fraction form 15 all over square root of 20 close parenthesis. So, we will have 44.40. 44.40. Ito po yung value natin if it is greater than the population. Pag less than naman po, balitan lang natin yung minus, gawin nating plus. So, magiging 63.60 na po siya. Okay, so that is our value using our formula. Let's check kung parehas po tayo na makukuhang sagot. Okay, so correct. The critical value using the t-distribution is correct. Okay, so very good. So 44.40 and then 63.60. So we get the same answer po. Okay, so here, bibigyan ko po kayo ng activity. Kasama nung 3 items kanina, ito rin, 3 items din po siya. So, find the 95% confidence interval if there are 10 students. Okay, yung N mo rito ay 10. Okay, yung N mo naman dito, okay, if there are 85 employees, 85. Okay, ang N naman po natin dito, dito sa number 3, hinahanap yung N naman. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag less than 20, ay less than 30, titingin ka sa table mo to find the critical value. And of course, you need the degree of freedom, which is n minus 1. Pero kapag greater than 30, doon ka na sa minimemorize natin or yung sa may infinity sa pinakadulo kapag greater than 85. Hindi ka na magma-minus 1 ha. Yung iba kasi ginagawa